Welcome to the 10-Minute Car Sales Talk Podcast, where it's all about life in the car business. Telling you like it is, here's the man with the plan, Terry Cameron.
Welcome back to another episode of the 10-Minute Car Sales Talk Podcast, Buzzer Beater Friday. I believe this is Buzzer Beater episode number 28. So if you add that to the rest of our episodes, our 10-minute car sales talk episodes each Monday, that should give you somewhere around 61 episodes for you to go back and listen to, hopefully from the beginning. If you're new, remember, we put a buzzer beater out every Friday, and our regular 10-minute sales talk is on Mondays. There's one more thing I'd like to ask you to do, big favor, is search for my YouTube channel, for Terry Cameron's YouTube channel, and subscribe. I'm going to put out videos that coincide with the podcast and a few extras also. I'd also like you to hop on over to my website. At the very bottom, you can shoot me an email with your name and your dealership. Please send that to me and I'll add you to a future video and podcast. So let's go ahead and get started. This week I want to talk about the two most important words in negotiating and closing a car deal. And those two words are other than. So again, remember, we've had to do our job up to this point. We had to do a great presentation and demonstration based upon the customer's dominant buying motives, their hot buttons, and now they're ready to come inside, sit down, and go over some figures. But they throw a curveball at you and tell you they need to think about it. So what we have to do is find out exactly what they need to think about. There can only be a couple things. It's either you and the dealership, the vehicle, maybe we're on the wrong vehicle. Hopefully we didn't get this far and we're on the wrong vehicle, or it has something to do with the price. The way you handle this is, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, we've gone this far, and I know you need to think about it, which is okay, it is a big decision, but let me ask you, what exactly do you need to think about? Is it something that I said or did, or maybe the dealership, or you know, I know you love the car, you told me everything that you liked about it, so it can't be the car, could maybe be the price? And if they say yes, and most of the time they will, you just reduce it to budget. Mr. and Mrs. Customer, it sounds to me like you're just like me and everybody else. You're on a budget, right? So if we go inside, sit down, and fiddle with these figures, is there anything else keeping us from wrapping it up right now? I mean, other than getting it to fit in your budget? Is that all we need to worry about? They're going to answer you at that time. They're going to tell you yes, no, or whatever. And they could tell you yes, that's it, which means it's a done deal. You just have to work out the figures. If they say something like, well, we did want one with tinted windows and floor mats thrown in too. All you have to do is use those two words again. So other than getting it to fit in your budget, getting the windows tinted and adding in some floor mats, would there be anything else keeping us from wrapping it up right now? Let you enjoy your car for the weekend, put all this shopping behind you. Now notice I didn't tell them we would do that. I said if we could. So that doesn't mean we have to drop our drawers and give them everything. We just want to isolate the objection. Because remember what I said in a previous episode. It's one thing if they leave and they didn't buy the car, but shame on you if they leave and we don't know why they didn't buy the car. So use that other than and isolate the objection, and then you know what to close on. Nothing worse than going back to the desk and saying, hey, they want their payments between $450 and $475. Your manager gets you there, you head back out to the customer, and then they throw in the window tint and the floor mats. We want to get it out all at one time so we know what we have to overcome all at one time. This is going to be a really, really good weekend. The weather's beautiful. Customers are going to be on your lot looking to buy a car. They just need to find a professional salesperson. Use the other than to isolate their objections this weekend and sell lots of cars. Remember, the sky's the limit. I'll see you next week.
Thanks for listening to this week's podcast. Please rate it on iTunes and visit the 10minutesalestalk.com website to send an email. We appreciate your valuable feedback, and don't forget to share the show with a friend.